Alright, hello, welcome back to kottefolket gamedev vlog. So yeah, yesterday we did like a little bit of fix up on the full kind of loop of the game now. Like the first area, you can go and kill the first boss. We also, I did like a test run. And I forgot to check how long time that took, but I think we've increased the content, the game content time by a little bit since I did this last time. But yeah, and right now I'm not really sure what the plan is. So I think during the testing I found like a couple of things I wanted to write down, which I forgot to do last time. And there's like a couple of things written down in here. This one is probably, yeah, that one. This one probably. This one, I don't know. I'll move these to the top, maybe. Yeah, and this list here is probably, I'm probably not gonna use. Okay. So let's just do another one here. Okay, so I think one thing, this is kind of like a major feature. This is gonna be the camera. This is gonna be the map, which is going to play into like the tile maps and all that. So decide on a map structure. And what I'm thinking is like a grid-like structure, and how that's gonna affect the, you know, affect that the how I design the levels and stuff like that. All right. So another thing was some monster fixes. I think this guy needs a telegraph just before jumping. I think I want that for the stomping as well. Slash shooting, because they do have a sort of telegraph that is like different, but for each, like, so you know which move they're gonna do. It's not really, it's kind of subtle though. I think having a telegraph just before jumping, especially because if you hit it while it's jumping, you stun it as well. So you can use that as like a cue to now you should attack to stun this guy. Kind of risky stun there, but yeah. Might even do like critical damage. Deal critical damage if attacked while jumping? Question mark? No, let's just add it there. What else do I think about the monsters that I can think about right now that we kind of saw? I mean, of course, we got the mini-boss. The mini-boss still has some work to do. I need to add a few attacks when it's in like walking around mode or hunting the player mode, so that you can actually get attacked and you can't just try to spam the attack on the monster. We also have like a few test monsters that we're not really using right now that we could just add here and there, but we don't. There's no graphics for them, so. Yeah, I have to kind of get some ideas there and make some graphics for them. Graphics wise, there's like the boss, of course, the mini boss, a bunch of test monsters, some tiles that I want to have like in the tree area. Probably a little bit like a variant to the machine style tiles or ruin tiles. Also like ruined yeah, like ruined buildings. And also I would like to add like, this comes more in like maybe the story situation, like you follow maybe a couple of individuals back in the ancient civilization by finding a bunch of tablets that kind of just like tell a story or something like that. Maybe, you know, it tells a story while also giving hints to like a treasure or something like that, maybe. Although I'm not sure what the treasure would be or what, you know, anything like that. But that would be a cool thing to add. Yeah, expanding like the map. But I think before expanding the map, I really want to figure out how I want the map to be first. Because, yeah, expanding the map means more work if it needs to be redone later. So, but these are kind of like smaller things that we could do. Like, I'm probably not gonna jump on this one right now because I haven't really decided on exactly how this is gonna be. However, these things we could just do pretty quickly. I'm just trying to think if there was anything else that I was thinking about. There were some monster placement issues. Placement. There was one in, I forgot what it's called now, but it's essentially pretty close to the village. When jumping out from the mini boss area to back to the surface. Well, it is the surface, so there is a mossing badly placed. Okay. Also, fix the area immediately left of the village where the treasure is, so you can jump down without jumping blindly on a monster. And I think the tree area needs a lot of work, but I think that should come after the map stuff. But these places we could just fix. Is not really part of the, I mean, this is kind of part of changing the map a little bit, but There's probably not gonna be a lot of changes to this area, so this is just a fix within the area, so that's fine. Yeah, this one is just badly placed. I'll probably just remove this monster, to be honest. And yeah, we can do this. So I'm gonna start with doing these things. So here's that actually monster here. So I mean, either you could move it over here. The problem is that I don't like having monsters directly when you like enter an area. So it would be like you enter from here and you immediately get like attacked. I mean, I guess that could be fine. That wasn't too bad. Like if we start and I go over here and it's not too bad. Right. Well, I know it's gonna come up, but if you, let's say we go from this place. Oh shit. Well, I don't have a way to delete. Well, I guess. I wonder if there is a way to change. I can dump. Hey, cold guy. What's up? I was thinking if there was a way to change the thing. But okay, what we can do instead is we can say player action. Use item. No. Fireball. Oh, it's over there. Okay, I'll change. If it's not pressed, return false. If oh my god. It's not equal to null. Give some tips to reduce memory on Windows 11, 8 gig RAM. I mean, you can go into Task Manager and see what kind of stuff is using memory. Sometimes, you know, if you have like an antivirus or something that can take up resources, of course. I mean, personally, I don't really use that stuff. I don't really know. I don't know. I feel like today modern operating systems are pretty safe unless, you know, an exploit is discovered, but that usually gets patched quite quickly, so I don't know. Nothing running, still 70%. I mean, what do you mean nothing running? What is taking up? Like, if you open Task Manager and you look at go to details, and you press on let's see, where is it? Like memory. Chrome. Can you listen to what I'm saying? If you open the task manager and go to details, you can see what processes are taking up memory. Or just go to processes and you can look at memory. And you can see, for example, my Google Chrome, it takes up 5 gigs. And Google Chrome is notorious for taking up... I'm activating my phone here. It's notorious for taking up a bunch of memory because it it pre-allocates a whole bunch of stuff to run faster or something like that. Also, I have like a lot of tabs open, but yeah. But I'm not sure if Chrome is like, if it allows for other applications to like grab memory from, like, if you know, if it grabs memory but also allows for other program processes to allocate memory from that region or something like that. I don't know. Like from unused regions or something. I don't know. No, that feels strange. Well, anyway, I don't know. I have 32 gigs, so I rarely have to. But that's also like a laptop, or not a laptop. Sorry, that's a It's a desktop. Yeah, I don't know. It's 8 gigs is like it used to be a lot. I don't know. I usually don't use a laptop, to be honest, so I'm kind of out of the loop a little bit on that one. But yeah, if my Google Chrome takes up like 5 gigs, you know, how can you see how much Chrome is taking up on your computer? Okay, and then I will remove this for now. I'm also working on this in the meantime with Claude. All right, so that's now built. So if we can get my controller working here. All right, cool. And then jump up back here. Okay, now this is more fixed now. Cool. All right, so Great. I can cross that off. And then we have this area over here. And then this area. So my idea is, I mean, yeah, because you can't really see down here. So it's gonna, you can't really see where to go. I mean, you could, I guess you could go back to the right, actually. Oh shit, I just saw like a bug. Actually, I'm gonna write this down as well. There's actually a bug with the grid system. The spatial grid hash collision system. Let's see if I can show it. It was kind of hard to see because the velocity, I think you have to be like pixel perfect. It's gonna be very hard since, yeah, it's basically impossible almost to get this, but there we go. I think I got it. It's like if you come at a certain angle, right? Because these tiles are like in a grid. So it's like this is one cell, this is one cell, this is one cell. And I think it's like when you come directly, I don't know why it's pronounced it like that. When you come directly in between one, like two tiles, and you go and your velocity direction is like up to the, like in an angle up towards like this. Like if you're just going straight up, you just stop, right? But if you go at an angle, the idea is you should be moving, start to move over here now. But if you go at an angle like this, you actually stop in the X direction immediately. And that is probably because of the, yeah, it's because of the grid hash algorithm that I recently implemented. So that I have to fix as well. Grids, hash, spatial, blah, blah, blah. Collision resolution bug for angled velocity against two tiles. I think it's just because each tile, well, before each tile was like they were merged into one. Now it's like each tile is like its own kind of square that you basically check against. So I guess that's why this is happening. I'm not actually sure how we should solve this in a good way. Like either we could merge the tiles that you are colliding with into one shape if possible. Because before I merged them horizontally and not vertically. But if we don't do it vertically, actually, what happens if you just run into a wall in that case? Like, let's say we're up here and we jump into this wall here while, yeah, okay, so that's still kind of, this still works. No? See? Yeah, that's the thing. Like sometimes you get stuck on this. This is the same issue here, except it's like vertically instead of horizontally. So you can kind of wall jump if you do it, if you exploit this bug. Okay. Yo, Blue. So yeah, we need to fix this here. I think yeah. Yeah, we could merge the collisions that we could merge the tiles maybe. I'm not sure exactly. Because if we merge them, we have to do a bunch of extra work, I guess. Or if there's another way to do it. I think I have to research this a little bit. Not gonna turn a bug into a feature. It feels like, you know what it feels like? It feels like the bug in Super Mario Brothers, like the first Super Mario Brothers, where you can jump, you can kind of wall jump if you land correctly. I guess it's like in between two tiles. Maybe it's the same actually kind of bug. But it's really apparent when you like just walk across the ground or you jump. Maybe that's what I've been experiencing. Like I thought it was my input, not always like getting the signal or my thumb kind of releasing the button without me kind of realizing it. But I think it's actually just this bug here, where if you just walk along the ground, sometimes it will the character will like stop in the X direction before moving again. I think this has to be the same bug. So yeah, I have to research this a little bit to fix this here. I don't think I will. Do I want to solve this? Nah, let's not solve this here. So that's done. I'm gonna do this telegraph thing. Question is how? Do I do like some kind of animation for that? So here's the stun. We got a jump attack. That is just, yeah, this is the telegraph sort of here. So what we could do is for the last frame, which has, I wish I had like frame duration as well. The last frame is like that. Which ones are this? Is this one here? So I want to kind of alternate between these two. No. Sorry. Yeah, exactly. All right. Yeah, so I just add those. And then we'll go to wherever this guy is over here. Where do we start here? Perfect. Oh yeah, I need to wait. Oh yeah, I actually need to generate and then recompile. Wait. I'm confused. I am confused. Save. Did I forget to save? Probably. Wait, what's going on? Did I hard code the thing? No. Generate. I'm confused. Why is this not like doing anything? It feels like did you add the fire level and water level? No? I mean, I said that was the plan from the start, like having different different areas. But I've also said like a lot of times that I kind of scale down on like this area. Like making an area takes like a huge amount of time. So I'm just focusing on this first area, which is the forest area. I'm not even sure I'm gonna get to those other areas. Like, I need to do a whole bunch of stuff for that to happen. Okay, what is happening? I don't get like any output or anything. And it seems to actually just not do anything. What the hell? Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I think the trick is for me to keep working on this project is just taking one step at a time, you know? Because otherwise it's gonna get too overwhelming. Like looking at the entire plan and everything, it's cool to kind of, you know, play with the idea and get a feel for like the vision and everything for the game. But at the same time, it can be overwhelming when you're actually tasked to actually implementing and doing it as well. So that's why I'm trying to think one step at a time. in order to not get overwhelmed by all the stuff. What is happening? Why is nothing happening here? You can overkill it, it won't do anything to you. I don't know what you're talking about, man. You know, it's the secret is like to make something happen. It's not like just being someone that can do it. Like it takes practice and actual like work. But I mean, anyone can do it. It's just that you have to get the skills and you have to put the time in, effort in. That's the thing. Okay, I'm just gonna log out something here. Okay. We got there. Let's go to animations. Okay, this doesn't include like things like duration and stuff like that. Oh, I see. So that okay, that is that. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that then. Okay, it's not the generate thing that we need to do. So we need to go to swamping. Wait, where is this monster? Or is it still called test monster? No, that's not. Wait, monsters? Yeah, here we go. Telegraph duration. Oh, I apparently set it to 1 second. So this. Okay, so shoot attack has total duration of 0.1. I'm gonna set this to like, well, let's so this is total duration 2, 4, 6. Huh. Interesting. Well, we can lower that. We can lower. Which one is it? This one? 230. Yeah. 1.56. Okay. And then I'm gonna change this one to have like 10. So that's 1 second. And then I'm not sure what the animation is gonna be for this. Maybe that was a bit too much. Right, so this would be the shoot. Let's lower this to like 6 or 5. Actually, let's lower you to 0.5. And you will raise. Okay. I mean, I guess the telegraph kind of looks the same. No? This is the one we want. But we're not going to have telegraph duration. We're going to have... This is just going to be animation. No. Set state and end of animation. What theme is this? What do you mean? The game or the editor, or what do you mean? The theme of the editor is called Melange, like this. Or the color scheme is called Melange. Okay, let's go back here now. Okay, get a little telegraph there. Oh, you can barely jump over that. Can you do a jump attack, please? There we go. Okay, so now you can, at least you can see a little bit more when they are doing that thing. Now the other monster that I also want to do kind of the same thing for is Stening, which has a jump attack. So, okay, I'm gonna go over to the code for this and see when are we actually jumping here. Jump attack. Right, so we're jumping right away, setting that. So we shouldn't add to the jump attack, we shouldn't add like an animation, like a telegraph. That should happen before. So right, walking should jump attack. I think we should add a state here. Telegraph jump attack. Now, if has okay. So so here I would like to set the animation to something we don't have yet, but I'm gonna call it like telegraph attack. Okay, and then we also set the duration to the end of that animation. I guess we will set direction towards the player. And actually, this should probably happen at all times here. So that you can't trigger a jump attack, jump over to avoid it. You shouldn't be able to do that, I don't think. Okay, and now you, instead of going into a jump attack, we're going to telegraph jump attack. Okay. So now we have this intermediate state. And now we need to make this telegraph attack animation. So new animation, telegraph attack. And I'm gonna look at the jump attack. It's kind of lowering down like this. We could also technically remove the first one, maybe. Because now we... Yeah, we could use this one, which is here, this one here, for telegraph. So we're kind of... Well, actually, you know what? We should stand up. And then face down. Now the issue here is I don't think I have... No. I don't think I have a good frame for this. So it's like... Actually, it could just be that it's on the ground a little bit. Yeah, this could just be that if it's like short enough, that's probably telegraphing enough there. Okay, so that's the animation. Now we actually do need to generate and build. Okay, let's go to a place where this thing is. Not here. Well, it is here, but it's a bunch of other stuff in there. Let's just go over here. Yeah. Now it's way easier to see, like it's stopping, it's doing like a jump. That's a lot better. Okay. Cool. So we can... Oh yeah, that's right. So we did this too. Now this one, deal critical damage if attacked while jumping. So this is like a... Yeah, this is like a risk versus reward type thing. And I'm also gonna try like a strategy on this monster if that works as well. Like just going forward to spam while it's charging the jump, because then you have a maybe like a high chance of actually stunning and dealing critical damage in that case. But let's do that first. It's actually called Test Monster 2, but it should be called Swamping. So I'm gonna actually change this. It's also used over there. It's used here. It's actually called the other thing as well. I'm gonna rename this file. Okay. Oops. Okay. There we are. Okay, so when we're stunned, we also want to set damage scale. Is that for... to stunned damage scale, and then in post is going to be restored to 1 or whatever it's gonna be. So we have stunned damage scale. I'm gonna add, say 2. Do my due diligence here. Okay. And it does now set damage. So public set damage scale. New damage scale. Health. No. Health damage scale equals to new damage scale. And there we go. Right, you need context as well. Okay. So now the monster should take double damage. Oh shit! No, this was not correct. Not while stunned. Well, I mean, I guess that could be one way of doing it actually, but I was thinking it was gonna get double damage from when it goes to stun, like it takes like an extra damage. So it was hurt while jumping, then it should take extra damage. So hurt, attack type, right? And you're just checking pending damage, right? Okay, I think what we want to do in this case, we do set the status stunned. When doing that, I think we should also like take a damage. Maybe. So we don't set the scale, we just hurt 1. We take 1 extra damage here. Hello, Aliana Watson. What's up? I actually want to ask you about creating arts and 2D, 3D model character stuff for a channel. Sure. Just yeah, I have my Discord link in my profile, so you can or like yeah, you can join my Discord, or yeah, we can chat from there. Take it from there if you want. Yeah, so we hurt, and then we don't actually need to do anything post there. Okay, cool. Great. Now they should take 2 damage. You know what would be cool? To display like damage taken as a number. So in like a debug thing. So debug config enable damage text. So maybe we'll go to okay, I guess first off I want to create a component. We do have like debug text actually. So what we could do is like in health component, when someone gets damaged in here, so here's like negative pending damage, right? So here we know that someone has been damaged. So I'm gonna say like if config debug config enable damage text. Then we're gonna show create damage text, and then we probably want to have context. So we'll create a context with registry, the entity, and the time. Create damage text, and the damage is going to be, well, it's going to be pending damage, but we're, yeah, let's just do this then. So that's going to be that. That's going to be pending damage here. There we go. Okay. And now we need this function. Damage is a health number. Okay. And now we will say something here. Okay, so what do we say here? We will say yeah, first we need to create an entity. So this can be the text entity, text context, create. So we have a new entity now. And then we're gonna create, then we're gonna say add debug text component, init relative, anchor point is, doesn't matter, top, format, right, so this is the format function, so this is the damage text format. Function. You want a format function which is context and writer. And we are going to write. So first I'm just gonna print, well actually we could just get okay, let's do like damage text component is its own component which has the damage number of damage, and so we're gonna add this as well so that we can now grab this from here and we can say writer print damage text damage. Okay, that's the format. Yes. Okay. Try. And then let's say then I want to also add probably want to add a velocity. So yeah, because I want the number to kind of go up for some reason. So let's do singletons get physics system and add repeat body to no text options position. Yeah, position is gonna be get position. original position. Scale is 1. Static. Static is false. Solid is false. 0. Shape doesn't actually. I'm just gonna do a rectangle. Okay. There we go. So now we have that. Actually, we want to get it as well. This is a text body. So I want to set the velocity to be going up. So it's going to be like only y negative 10. I don't know. Okay, so now it's going up. The text should follow. And then we have a timer as well. So I'm gonna say mark for death. No, actually we just add a death component, destroy at, and then create timer plus, I don't know, 2 seconds. Okay, so now we should be showing the damage. I would probably want to change the color of the damage, but we don't have a way of doing it right now. I mean, I guess what we could do is we could add like a color here, which I'm gonna default to white. And then when we render, it's always white. Okay. Let's just add a color here so we can change it. It was only used over here as well, either anyway, so color debug text of color. Okay. So now over here we can say debug text I mean, we could add a color. I guess we could add a color here. So now we can say color is going to be red. Okay. So now when anything gets damaged, even the player, we're gonna be able to see the total amount of damage and yeah, and a little number that goes up, I think. Let's try it out. Thank you, Piano. Good luck yourself. Okay, let's try this here. If my controller can work. Okay, well, we got a crash, so wait, the whole program crashed. Why did I clear? I don't know. Regional reachable code. State machine, utils, debug text 33. Oh, probably from here. Get hitbox. Oh, I see. So this relies on the thing actually already having a body. So we should. I should then. Let's see. You're still on 15? No, I'm not. I'm on 16. Oops. I should minimize this so you can see. I am on 0.16. The only the editor is still on 15 because there was some dependencies that still didn't have updated. I haven't checked in a while though, so they might have updated now. But yeah, when it came out, I think I was pretty quick in adjusting to it. But yeah, some of the dependencies, I'll have to check that if they have updated now. Welcome back, by the way, Minister of Defense. Okay, so we'll move you down here. I wonder why it crashed the whole editor before. That was kind of weird. Maybe I pressed escape or something. And it closed. Okay, there we go. We can see the one there, but it didn't actually go up. Now, this is just for debugging. It's not supposed to show this here. It's only for debugging. So, but why is it not going up though? Is it because it's not following the whole time? Oh, I see. So let's have like a follow. Wait, but how does it do? How does the player do it? Or is it just too slow, maybe? Draw position is, yeah, body. Okay, so it is, maybe it's just too slow. I see. I'm curious, did you create your own ECS system for a game? No, I did not. I have created ECS systems before, although not like super sophisticated, but just to understand how it works and stuff. I mean, it's not super difficult to build your own kind of rudimentary ECS system, but it's nice when you have like a library that actually works and is pretty good. And this library is really good. So okay, so maybe this needs to be increased. I'm gonna try like 1,000. Also, this doesn't actually do anything. Okay. What library are you using? I believe it's called Zig ECS. Huh. Hang on. It showed 1 when I hit it, when it was not supposed to actually do any damage. So that was a little bit strange. I can show you here. So Zig Zone ECS. Yeah, it's called Zig-ETS. It's this one here, Prime 31 / Zig ECS. Prime 31 / Zig-ECS. Yeah. It's also listed in the description, I believe. Okay, why is this happening here? Is it because it's like affected by gravity or something? No. Where was that thing where I had like constants, maybe pixels per meter? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no problem. I was just pointing it out so you don't have to look for it too much. Did you hear Mitchell H donated 400k to the Zig Software Foundation? I don't know. I don't think so. Wow, that's really cool. That's awesome. Okay, well, it's not going up. I mean, let's try like 1,000,000. Mitchell H. So who is Mitchell H? Sorry, I'm out of the loop. No. Okay. Let's just add this state function here. So every frame is basically gonna move up. I guess we have to take time into account. So, wait. Oh man, I'm gonna do a cheat here. So this would be like 1 pixel per second. So I'm gonna do like, I don't know, 100. See if we can, that works. And then we're gonna do register machine, text, context. Okay. Mitchell H is the guy who created Ghost T2I, okay. But he was also the founder of HashiCorp. They use to make a lot of developer tools, but we were bought out by IBM a few years ago. Okay. I'm a platform engineer, so I'm quite familiar with this former company's products. Oh, I see. A platform engineer. I mean, does that mean you're working with like the kernels or like drivers or something like that, or what does that mean? Okay, let's see now. Oh, did you not see all that? I'm not sure. Anyway. Okay, now we have a number that moves up. Good. So what I did instead was I just added this state machine, which just move everything up, like a get the position, set the position, move up. And I'm using frame time here to get a frame time independent algorithm. Let's lower the speed a little bit. Insane though, like donating 400, like that's really nice. I mean, this guy is obviously fond of increasing developer developer experience. And so putting faith in Zig is really cool, actually. I'm not fancy. Platform engineer will be someone who may make a product that allows you to provision virtual machines. It's basically a dev, but more of emphasis on cloud and infrastructure. Oh, I see. Okay. So like hosting backend stuff. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's a little bit better. So now we can see how much damage. Oh, what the hell? Oh, right. I forgot to add the common behavior when it's telegraphing the jump. Don't we have common behavior? I guess this is the common behavior. Okay, this is actually showing that this is like one of the first place I implemented this. Where now I usually have these two consolidated into one function so that it's the same. If you're damaged while jump, telegraphing a jump. You can't actually be damaged, I think. You should only be able to be damaged during the jump attack. When is the invincible? Oh, it's removed when going from walk. This does okay. I think I want to actually have it more removed while going into a jump attack. Then where we get remove invincible. And then going back to walk. That's where we add it. Okay. So then, and then we have stunned as well. Yeah. Okay, so now we're invincible while telegraphing the jump attack. Which kind of means that we don't really need these, though. Actually, we don't need these because we're invincible. Yeah, actually, yeah. Okay, so that was the issue all along. Are you working anything with provisioning stuff like, what's it called? LLMs, like, or machines for specifically for using like LLMs and stuff? Like, are you working with the, like, do you have a bunch of hardware as well, or are you just working on like the software part of? I guess there could be a lot of different components working together, and it's not really, yeah. Okay, let's see now. Huh, strange. Okay, I got like a hit while it was spawning. Maybe that's fine. Okay. I'm still not sure about if it, when it hits me, it goes back into walking, but it also like stops in the air. Maybe it should like bounce back or something. Would like to get into LLM infra, but it's highly specialized. I'm more on the software side. Okay. Provision is basically event-driven system, so a lot of asynchronous stuff going on in the back end. Security, identity, network, etc. Right. Yeah, I can see how it gets messy real quick. Man. Yeah, because I've been thinking about having like I'm probably not gonna do it because it's gonna be too much investment, but for an unknown potential. But buying like a local computer that could run an LLM like nonstop. But that's also, it feels like, yeah, it feels like, I don't know. I would have to research a lot before actually trying to go down that path to get like, because it would be nice to get the same kind of uh, usefulness that you get today with Claude and stuff. I did apply for Anthropic a few times, but I always get rejected. Oh. Are they hiring? Like, are they hiring though? Maybe they're just not looking for people. I mean, you have like very good skills, a skill set for them. I would assume. Do you know what kind of technology they're using for? Is hiring like crazy right now? Oh, really? I mean, I guess because it's AI and they are like one of the more popular. Oh shit! Yeah, they have a lot of open roles. Do they only like? Do they only? I wonder if they accept people working remote from out of country. Travel required. Remote friendly. Travel required. Why is everyone so anti-remote? I don't get it. Especially in software engineering, like it's perfect for remote work. Okay. Anyway. Uh, yeah, they had a lot of roles open right now. I mean, try again, I guess. Price of real estate in New York is expensive. They need people in those offices. I mean, they need people in order to argue that they need the office. That's the weird thing. Like if everyone's working on remote, they wouldn't have to spend that money on an expensive office. Yeah, and that's too bad. I mean, I also get it that some people actually like getting to the office and the culture and everything. I'm not like that though. I would rather, you know, keep to myself and just do my work, log off, be off. Come in, like log on next day, do my work, and so on. But yeah, fortunately, a lot of people are thinks that that is a bad way to work for some reason. Even though I was working in a company that was forced, like during COVID, we were forced to work from home, essentially. And it was like the most productive time for the company. So it was good for the company to do that. I mean, in a productive sense. I get that some people actually want to have that, you know, office culture and stuff like that, but yeah. You can't argue anymore that it's like it's people just don't do anything while working remote or something like that. I worked for Star once, and the founder told me investors take your more seriously when you have an office. Yeah, of course. It's just all ingrained into people's minds. A lot of them playing a game. Yeah. Conservative. I would call it pretty conservative. All right. So, what's happening here? Right. When we go back to walk, when we exit jump attack from hitting the player, then we set state back to walk. And for some reason, the X velocity gets nulled. Wait. Right, we're keeping track of which direction we're jumping, I guess. And we keep that velocity. Okay, yeah, I see. We could also add like no air drag. I guess we already do that here. Yeah. Like no friction in the air for this. So essentially, we go back to walk unless we're still in the air. Maybe we should have like jump attack, end or something like that. And we set animation back to walk. We also add invincible back. And here we also check if we are on the ground. We will set the state to walk. Gonna add this add or replace just to not crash if we already had it. Okay. So what I want to do is actually it's gonna horizontally it's gonna be this negative. So it's gonna like if you got hit by this attack here, we're gonna go to jump attack end, which will cause the monster to change to walk, go back to invincible, and because that mimics how it was before, and then we wait for going to the, if we're on the ground, until we're on the ground, we're still in this state. But if we get to the ground, we change to walk again. During this state, we will still move in the X direction, but it will be reversed. So it will kind of be like like the monster like bounces off the player, essentially. We could also check which way the player is relative to the monster when you get hit. Let's just do it like this for now, and we'll see. What's this? Oh, add or replace an initial data. So do you use ECS for statement management between entities and the SIG rendering? Yeah, I mean, I use it for I use it for like storage of a lot of stuff. Like the entities, you can also store things like singletons, which are not connected to an entity. So you can add singletons, which is just a way to kind of allocate space and have a common, like a pointer to something that is always going to be valid in essence. So that you can share basic, it's like almost like a dependency injection system, a very rudimentary dependency injection system where you can get a bunch of singletons as well. So there I keep like a bunch of systems that I want to have there, as well as yeah, I think essentially all systems are in there, or at least some that I need to share. And then, you know, an allocator and a bunch of other things I have in the singletons. And then for the entities, it's just very, very simple. It's like I keep like all the basically everything. The only thing, like every piece of data essentially is in the entities themselves. I have a few things on the kind of global game struct, which is like global, sort of like global variables. Not really any reason to have them here. You can access the game struct from the singletons as well. So all of this is like accessible from anywhere. As long as I have a pointer to this, I can access basically anything I want from memory. So this is the thing where that holds all components and all entities and everything, and you can create views to kind of iterate through entities that has certain components and stuff like that. So yeah, through this register you can do everything, access any piece of data that I have registered. The only thing that I don't have in the system, essentially, but it's still accessible through the registry, but the data is not stored in a component, but the data is, well, the data I'm talking about now is the data, like all the data is stored in the registry except for the position data and velocity data and the acceleration data. So that is stored in a separate system that I have for the physics only, just because to have like a very like a memory adjacent layout for the positions and stuff. So they are all stored in like vectors, that essentially big arrays, so that you can vectorize operations on them, so that you can do the physics calculations faster. But for the registry, Wait, what am I thinking? No, I actually lost the thread there. But yeah. But you can actually access that data from the registry, but it's not stored in the registry. If you understand what I'm saying, I don't know if I'm explaining this properly here, but yeah. So essentially, I have the registry here, for example, registry. Okay, so here I can access all the singletons. And so if you get like singletons get, and then I also have S, which is like, well, okay, I don't have it right now. I have to import it, but I have these kind of helper kind of places where I import all the. So this thing has all the components. This thing has all the systems, and then here has a bunch of random stuff. And so I can just say like S to get, so now I can get my physics system just by doing this. So now I have my instance of the physics system here. Or I can get, I believe I have the game somewhere. No, I don't. Okay, well, you can get like any system or stuff like that. Or through the registry, you can also get, and now you have, let's say I want the health component from this entity. So now I get the health component here. So you can just get single components from there. You can also do like a view. So you can do a basic view, which only has one component. So if I want a view of all entities that has the health components, I can get this view here. And now that's a basic view of the health components. And now if I say like .data, I will get this. This is essentially a list, like just a normal array or a slice of all the entities that has the health component. Or I can do .raw, which will just give me all the health component data. So it's as long as I have the registry, I can basically do anything, which is really, really nice, especially in Zig with manual memory management, because then I don't. Yeah, I have one pointer that can access everything, which is really nice. Because making like stuff like closures and stuff like that is very simple. I usually have these context functions that only requires one thing, the context, and this context includes the registry and then also some other stuff like the entity and the current time. But anyway, so yeah, really nice library. I really enjoy using it. It works really well, and it's sort of on its GitHub page. It's also saying that it's based on, or it's a port. It says of I think it's a C++ header only library called NTT, like ENTT, which was also I've heard good things about, but I've never used that though. But yeah. Anyway, so cool. Can we test this now? I'm gonna test this here. I sometimes when I start to explain things, I really get stuck in explanation mode. Okay, there we go. Now it's like bouncing back off. But the problem is like if you're hit through this for the other way. It's gonna also bounce back to the same place. So So what we could do there is we could say, well, at this point, what is the direction to player? And I'm gonna set. Oh, it's a F32. Oh. I'm gonna add another one here, which is called get horizontal direction to player. And this is gonna be in horizontal direction. And, well, actually it's gonna be a dot direction here. And so I think we simply wanna do, well, we could do this and from radians. I guess that would be the simplest, but it's not really efficient, but whatever. This is only happening once anyway, so get horizontal direction. Now we have this thing, and now we can say, we can do like apply on a thing. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get the state. So, and then I'm gonna set you to be that. So essentially this is what this is gonna do, is it's gonna set this X depending on this direction. So if it's left, it's gonna negate it. Essentially, if it's right, it's gonna keep it positive. So now I think we don't want to do this. We wanna not negate it here. No, actually, it's gonna be away from player actually. So we do negate it. Or we could just say, we could just negate it here, I guess. Or we can negate it here. But this will give us a vector. So we only care about X. So I'm gonna get X and I'm gonna negate it there. Okay. I think so. I mean, we'll find out, I guess. Yeah, entity, very clever name. Yeah. Exactly. But it's also a bit confusing. Like if you only hear the name, you're not gonna think of how it's spelled. Okay. Okay, that was not correct. What if we stand on the other side? Okay, I was failing there a little bit. Wait, so if it's jumping from the right, it feels wrong. If it's jumping from the left, that seems correct. Is it a turtle? It's actually it's like a rock or a boulder that is coming alive and is evil. Well, the boulder is not evil, but evil forces are possessing it. making it into an enemy. So this is alright. Okay, I see what's maybe going on. We shouldn't actually care about the direction of this. We should actually use the abs of it, I think. So we absolute this. We turn it into the direction towards the player, negate it, so now it should be away from the player. Okay. Okay, cool. And then if we get hit from that side, there we go. Cool. Okay, so there we go. Now this monster is a little bit makes a little bit more sense, I guess. Great. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try this as well. The critical damage thing for the mushroom monster. Okay, I don't think I saw that. It still looked like one. Still looked like one damage. So essentially, we're going in here. If we have pending damage, right? We are hurt. If we are hurt and we're jumping, then we get stunned. And when this happens, it actually also we have to return here so we don't go out here. We get stunned. Now we should still be able to modify the pending damage, which we're doing here. Wait. Oh, because we're... Oh. Not allowing pending damage. I forget when... Okay. Hurt. Maybe you should have a variant of this function. I think the reason why this is here is because sometimes you have, like, let's say you have 3 different enemies colliding with you at the same time, like dealing damage with you at the same frame. We should only allow one of them to deal damage, while the rest should not. But that is... Yeah, I mean, it could be handled in another way. This was like a poor solution to that problem. There should probably be something like on the health component itself, like a setting, like you could have maybe allow multiple damage sources in one frame. I don't know what to call this, but yeah, something like this. And then this would be like false, and then you can have like has been hit in frame or something like this, and then this would be false, and then you would manage these. Looks like a lot of work. Good stuff. Oh, thank you, Calder. What's up? How's it going? Yeah, I mean, I've been working with this for a while now, actually. Maybe like 1.5 years or something. Maybe 1 year. If I remove some of the... I'm taking breaks and stuff from it as well. But it's fun. It's fun to actually make something that is not just a shallow project that is forgotten, but trying to actually make like an actual game. Yeah, so you could do this. I'm just gonna do like an alternative hurt function that we can use for this specific reason. Hurt. I'm gonna call it always or something really stupid name. Basically doing the same thing. Except we do that here. We can just say hurt always. So we'll have the same thing happening there. Okay. So now here, or I'll make a convenience for that. There we go. Cool. Yes, so let's see if this works now. Are we gonna jump? There we go. Oh yeah, now we see it took 2 damage there. Cool. I mean, the numbers, again, the numbers are, the damage numbers that show up are basically, it's only for debugging purposes, really. I'm not sure if we're gonna have like showing numbers. Like that. Okay. Nice. So that is done. We can mark that off. Cool. Okay. And this is done now. So this one is interesting. This, I feel like this would require a bunch of research, actually. Because I'm not entirely certain exactly how to, like, what would actually work as a resolution to this issue. And the first thing that I would do is go online and search for this specific issue, because I believe this should be something that is going to be prominent in these kinds of systems, and that is a problem that needs to be solved. And what it is essentially, if you are, well, I can show you. Let's see if I can make it work here. So if you're in the wall, sometimes you get like stuck in the wall. That's the thing. You saw it here? It's kind of like having a wall jump, but it's also not a wall jump exactly. It's like really specific on, because the position is like a floating point. So you can essentially have like a sub-pixel position essentially. So it's not always apparent. There we go. So here's the bug. If I let go of the button to move left, he's gonna drop down. Okay, there we go. So it's not easy to get, but it is possible. And this is the bug that I want to solve. So essentially this is because the map is like divided into these square cells. And when you're coming in, like now the velocity is like an angle. Gravity is moving down, and then I'm turning left, or I'm pressing left, so the velocity is going left as well. So that the sum of the velocities is going like down like this in an angle, in some angle down like this. And when it's doing that and you're in between two tiles, we get stuck. Or it's like the Y position doesn't well, it basically gets blocked on this cell. And also then the X position, I guess, that gets blocked on this cell or something like that. But what really should happen is sort of this treating these two as kind of like one rectangle instead of two different ones. But as I said, I'm not actually exactly sure on how to. This could also happen if you're jumping into the ceiling in a very, very precise way, or if you're just walking along. Because if you're walking along, the gravity pulls you down and you're moving in one direction, which means that the velocity is like pointing downwards, angled into the ground. So sometimes you just stop and continue walking for. Don't seem to be able to get it here, but it's kind of, but it is very annoying. So I really would like to fix that. Also, it allows you to wall jump if you're lucky as well. So, but yeah, I want to fix this. I'm not gonna do it today, but yeah, because it's probably gonna take a bunch of time. This is also gonna take a bunch of time because it's like a huge thing. I have to decide on how the map should be essentially represented in the game, as well as like how I want this map to be structured. Essentially, like right now, if you look at the map here, all of these are basically, you can have them as any size. They are connected through entrances and exits to each other, but each map here could be any size at all, and then we just connect them up like this. And here you can see we actually have conflicts because this thing is going out of this. That's actually not really a conflict per se, because you can still have this going into there, but then this goes up here, and then here this thing goes into this map over here. So that shouldn't really happen. So what I want to do is divide the map into squares or something that makes this impossible, but also perhaps easier to build, some kind of functionality with the maps. I'm making a big game. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, a big game is for one person to build a big game takes a long time. So I'm trying to focus on this one area for now. This is like, here's the village. This is the entire map right now. Here's the village, and then here to the left here is like the first sort of area that you're gonna do. So I don't think it's there's not a lot right now, but this is gonna get expanded But before I expand the map, I want to decide on a maps on like a map system. So yeah, but yeah, one small step at a time, and maybe in the end we'll have something finished. We'll see. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this time. But thank you very much for watching, and for the Twitch viewers, I'll send you off somewhere. We can raid. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Joseph Habri, for the follow. By the way, I don't have any like alerts or stuff like that. I don't think. At least I haven't heard any. I think I set it up, but it doesn't work. Okay. Let's go. Let's see if we can find something. Why is today like popular? It seems. Thank you, Phil Massicott. Yeah. Let's see. Working save system. Is there anyone doing like Zig? No. At least not when I searched for it. Okay. Okay, here we go. They should be adjacent to what we're watching. All right. See ya. Have a nice day. See ya next time. Bye bye.